Let's run it back with the 2024 retro of the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already, why don't you hit that subscribe button. Originally released in 1989 and back for the very first time in original form and original specs. And I'm telling you right now, this is the greatest Air Jordan 4 retro of all time so far. They have this down to a T. It looks perfect. The cuts are perfect. The leather is perfect. The shape is perfect. And the blue, the military blue this time, is finally the color of the original from 1989. I was super excited when they retroed the 2006 and the 2012, but both those retros were very disappointed with the banana-shaped toe, the incorrect shape that is not consistent of the Air Jordan 4, and of course that bright blue, which was not the military blue from 1989. So I'm quite excited and happy for this retro release to be finally in its original form. What I don't understand is why it took Nike 35 friggin' years to get it correct. I'm telling you, this shoe is exactly like the original from 1989. I personally had 2 pairs of the original from 1989 in 1999, and I'm telling you right now, the blue is correct. The Nike Air on the back is placed correctly. It is straight. The off-white color to the upper is correct. Yes, it's made with leather and it's kind of a cheaper material of leather. But if you remember, the 1989 pair was made with Durabuck, which technically is fake leather, which it had kind of a smooth feel to the upper as well, which in fact this one replicates that look and feel quite consistently. What I do like is they finally enhanced the height of the shoe, which is correct to the 1989 pair. If you look at some of the comparison photos online on Instagram or on YouTube, like Vintage Corrad here, he has some great comparisons of his 1989 pair compared to this 2024 pair. And him himself says that this shoe is perfectly identical to the 1989 pair. And me being an OG head, I'm very in particular in my retros. And I want them to look exactly like I remember them when they first released. And this retro, I'm telling you, is probably the best one-to-one copy retro since the last Jordan release that was a one-to-one perfect copy, the Air Jordan 11 from 2018 with the number 45 on the back with the correct shape, the cushion, the upper, the ballistic mesh up top is perfectly designed exactly like the 1995 version, 96 version. And when you open up the shoebox, you get all those flashes of memory coming back to you of what this shoe meant to you back then. And that's what happened with this one. When I opened up the box, as soon as I opened it, I was like, holy shit, this looks like the 1989 pair. And it flew me back to my youth in 1989 when I wanted the Air Jordan 4. In particular, I wanted the fire red since that's my favorite colorway. But I remember seeing this particular model on teachers' feet as well as students. And I always thought the military blue was a beautiful colorway. And we finally have a one-to-one copy of the Air Jordan 4 military blue. I give it number 3 in Nike/Jordan Brand's perfect retro. It still doesn't top the greatest retro of all time, in my opinion, the Nike Air Pressure, where nothing on this shoe is incorrect compared to the original. Everything down to the box, the paperwork, the pump system, everything is perfect as a true copy of an original shoe made in 1989. If you weren't able to acquire the 2024 retro, I'm sure if you wait a while, there may be some restocks or people returning the shoes, because I'm sure some of the young kids don't understand the true significance of the Air Jordan 4 military blue to be back in its original form. Now, like I said before, I don't understand why it took Nike so long to make a shoe in the correct shape. After 35 years, you'd think that Nike would know how to make its own shoe. So what I'm telling Nike/Jordan Brand right now, you have this shape correct right now. Do not change a thing but the colors. Do not change anything about this shoe. Number one, your next Air Jordan 4 you need to release, because that one was the worst of all time, is the Air Jordan White Cement. In the original form, just like this, with the Nike Air branding on the heel, the splatter paint, not in the paint, but actually raised on the midsole and raised on the plastic parts within the shoe. If you look at old photos or the original retro from 1999, you will see that the speckles are not actually in the plastic. It's actually splatter painted on top of the coat. So as you can see, I'm quite excited with the release of the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue. What do you guys all think about the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue? I know all the old heads like me are very excited and I think you guys are very content with this retro. I think Jordan Brand did a great job on bringing the nostalgia back to us and bringing this shoe back finally in its original form. If you want to see more photos or more content on the Air Jordan 4 or any other Air Jordan or shoe for that matter, make sure you give my Instagram a follow at 4C23. Don't forget to like the video, make sure you share, and make sure you comment below if you like what I'm doing. And until next time, peace.